baby, guys. Wait for the booms. Boom, boom, boom. That's it, right? Yeah. Here we go. Let's go. Fight, and fight we will. Oh my gosh, Shady, we've got quite a show today.
Oh. They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
Let's go. So we got the let's go. We got our POTUS saying boom, 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 charging forward. So we got, 3 or 4 QAnon posts to go through. We have taken a little bit of a break, and let me bring in my well-rested Shady Groove partner in justice. Shady, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour, brother.
Hello, hello. It is Monday on the West Coast, and America is winning from coast to coast, my friend. Have you ever in your life seen anything like this, brother?
No. This has been
incredible.
Amazing. This has been amazing. And guys, I want you to make sure that you understand that we do have a sponsor. It is the redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. Let's just get this out of the way real quick, guys. Make sure you get to redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. You know what? I don't have the commercial, so just link below. I screwed up my videos, Shady, so we'll just keep going. So we're gonna go through the Q post, Shady. This is the Q alert. This is February 6th, 2020. This will be my thread for all Q posts for Thursday, February 6th, 2020. Bigger than you can imagine. The silent war continues and more. Let's go.
Let's go. They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
Here we go, Shady. Huh?
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that, guys? That's amazing. I just love
a little nice edit there.
A little edit? Yeah. Well, you kind of freak out when you hear things that you say all the time. Let's listen to it again. So charging forward, could that be fight, right?
Let's go. They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
And, we say boom, boom, boom every day with the song. So I don't know. Hey, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Perfect edit. Carly says, thank you. Reptiles for Q says, boom. Hilarious, says Songbird. We love you guys. We love our POTUS. And we got a lot going on. Boy, it's... who's tired of winning? I think that's why I needed a couple days off, because I was actually not tired of winning, but tired from winning, Shady.
Tired from winning. That is definitely getting a little bit of a fun thing to have happen to us, is to be tired from winning. Because this has been what a week the president had, and what a week you guys had, and what a week the truth had. We are actually seeing the truth come to light in real time, man, and the other side has no idea what's about to hit them.
That's right. And we had a Q post on the way in, guys, so we do know about that. Let's just quickly,
yes,
we know about the Q post. This is below the depths of the swamp. This is exactly at 12:58, right before the show drops. Q drops. Below the depths of the DC swamp, the hunt is on. The invisible war for the future of our republic. The tables are now turned. And now the hunters become the hunted. Patriots in control. In honor of Donald J. Trump, Q Team, Patriots, all Anons, and every member of the Great Awakening engaged in the hunt. Where we go one, we go all. Enjoy the show. And it's justice.jpg. Leads over to Kyle Griffin, and we will go ahead and report on those right after we get through catch up here, Shady. This is Shady. This is, what is this? Q 3835. So let's cruise down to 3835. We don't have that many to go through, but it was quite an interesting. I mean, it is Shady. It is going fast now. News, we had 2 months worth of news in a week, or with the 4 days we were gone, we had a month worth of news, guys.
I mean, and it really isn't just here. It's all the way around the planet. Not even to to mention the silly stuff the news is talking about, like the Democrat Party and coronavirus.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Which they're trying to keep completely saturated. If you've noticed, your news is saturated with that, and no one's talking about a coup in America.
Mm-hmm. But no coup.
Huh?
No. Just speculation and crap. And we'll go over a little bit of that too, Shady, because this is where he comes on. Let's take this right now. This is confidential banking records related to Hunter Biden. Is in the Senate hands now, guys. And Q says, read carefully. Big development. Senate back to work. Impeachment goal was to delay. Witness requests meant to delay. Will they try again? Accountability is coming. Q. And let's read this, Shady, because read carefully. This is the Washington Examiner. Take a spin. Wee. As they're spinning. Look at the Washington Examiner has a spin wheel. Imagine that. So this is
convenient.
Yep. Let me go ahead and make sure this just pauses. Okay, so the U.S. So this is the confidential banking records related to Hunter Biden in Senate hands report. So Shady, you want to go ahead and take some of that?
Sure. Says that the U.S. Treasury Department has started turning over confidential banking records related to Hunter Biden in response to requests from Senate investigative committees. Senate Finance Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee Chairman Ron Johnson asked the Treasury in November for suspicious activity reports, banking alerts involving money laundering or fraud related to Biden and his associates.
Yep, go ahead. A spokeswoman for Ron Wyden, the ranking Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, told Yahoo News that the department has already started turning over records. The Wyden spokeswoman criticized the Treasury Department for rapidly complying with all requests, calling the Republican-led Senate investigation of a Biden a sideshow. Shady?
Applying a blatant double standard, Trump administration agencies like the Treasury Department are rapidly complying with Senate Republican requests. No subpoenas necessary. Think about that. And producing evidence of questionable origin, said Wyden, spokesperson of Ashley Shapit.
A spokeswoman for Trust Grassley said he could not elaborate on records contained at this time, but criticized Democrats for recklessly seeking to interfere with the investigation.
As a matter of routine, we don't discuss sensitive third-party material during ongoing investigations. It's unfortunate that Democrats, whom we've kept in the loop on our investigations, would recklessly seek to interfere with legitimate government oversight, Grassley spokesperson Taylor Floyd told the Washington Examiner.
Grassley and Johnson committees have been investigating whether the Obama administration took official action to help the business interests of Biden while his father, Joe Biden, was vice president. The Republican senators asked the Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network for suspicious activity reports involving Hunter Biden, his business partner Devon Archer, their firm Rosemont Seneca Partners, and Ukrainian oil company Burisma Holdings, and other related companies and individuals. In a letter, they asked the department to turn over records by D5, December 5th, 2019.
Oh, D5. Oh, we must have the records by D5. There's nothing to see here.
Nothing
Banks
to see.
and financial institutions are required to file suspicious activity reports when they notice unusual transactions that could indicate illegal activities such as money laundering, financing of terrorism, or fraud. A spokesperson for Johnson did not respond to a request for comment. On Wednesday, Grassley and Johnson requested Hunter Biden's official travel records from the Secret Service. And that's exactly what you are witnessing right now in D.C. is this panic, because whenever they say all the stuff they've been saying about no one, there's nothing to look for in Biden, and all you really have to do is turn on Google and type one sentence, and you can find Biden corruption. So the reality is much different than their reality, and I think the two are colliding really fast, Matrixx, because Giuliani is on fire.
He is. He's on his 5th episode now. But, D5, Shady, this is the avalanche. This is the snowball that gets the whole thing rolling. So apparently on December 5th, 2019, this now makes sense.
If you want to know why they wanted witnesses,
guys.
This is why.
I don't realize my mouse is showing. I got to figure out how to change that because I'm really fidgety with my mouse. All right, Shady, I want you to take this next Q post. We're going to go this way with it. Let's go ahead and take it. This is Q post 3836, my friend.
Think HRC Russia reset statement. Russia. Think Hussein. I'll have more flexibility after the election. Hot mic statement to Russian drop regarding Q to Hussein regarding Putin. Think Hussein White House refusal to send weapons to Ukraine, or Congress pushed to assist, but instead send only blankets. Think D's attacks regarding POTUS for failure to protect Ukraine against Russian aggression. Impeachment. What advanced weapons did POTUS send to Ukraine? 2 plus 2 equals 6. Define projection. Think 1.8 billion Hussein White House Ukraine. Which bank?
Privet Bank. Privit Bank. Go ahead.
Yep, that's it. Think U.S. aid Ukraine. Think worldwide aid Ukraine. Think Uranium One, sale of U.S. uranium to Russia. Sold out U.S. to benefit Russia for personal financial gain? Risked U.S. national security for personal financial gain? How was payment made to U.S. persons? Think Ukraine. Think Iran. Russia and Iran allies. Russia, Iran, and China allies. U.S. poll corruption China. U.S. political corruption Ukraine. U.S. leverage on behalf of U.S. political corruption Russia. U.S. political corruption Iran. Common denominator, China, Russia, and Iran. Closed financial systems. Logical thinking, Q.
Boom. Now, what have we been saying, guys? Since North Korea is free, I've been saying this for a long time, that the new headquarters for the, New World Order, quote unquote, is China, Iran, and, was possibly North Korea as well. So Russia and Iran allies, that's interesting. Russia, Iran, and China allies, that's very interesting, right?
Seeing more layers open up, and cooperation is,
and they have the closed financial systems,
right? And it's really not hard to understand too. That's what so many in the media want you to think, that this stuff is, it's like taking apart a physics equation or something. This is not very difficult to realize, that the money flows where the corrupt people are, and this is where they've been. Ukraine has been a hub for decades.
Right. So let's go ahead and check this out, because Q mentioned it. Let's go ahead and play it. Ready? Here we go.
This is my last election. Yeah. After my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand.
I'll have more flexibility after the election.
Thank you to the white hat who inadvertently caused a hot mic moment.
Yeah.
How long has Q been trying to get these guys?
Oh my gosh. Right.
Think about like all these different setup points. That's one of them. Like, and the Joe Biden thing is another one, where he's saying the quid pro quo thing. Like, we've set them up in these interesting ways.
We sure have. And that brings us to this one, guys. This one is, this one really is interesting to me, because we know about all of the below, but Q points out in Q post 3837 that it is bigger than you can imagine. More than selling of state secrets, more than selling of U.S. security, more than selling of military tech, more than selling of C_A assets, more than selling NSA bulk data collection programs, more than selling of uranium, more than selling of U.S. space national security programs and positions, more than selling of U.S. aid, ... more than selling SAPs, class 1 through 99. Crimes against humanity. When you cannot defeat the United States of America by attacking head on, you change the tactic and deploy a kill from within internal operation. financial, economy, military, police, division of citizenry, border collapse, install like-minded leaders in key positions of government. How many people removed from the FBI had Iranian family backgrounds? The silent war continues. ... Q.
And so this speaks to the century-long problem. The Civil War was supposed to destroy us. That was their plan. That didn't work. So they had to change tactics. They amended, reneged on the Constitution, changed around the banking and financial structure, and systematically started to infiltrate. You were too strong. The Civil War didn't even destroy America. So because of this, this has been a 100-year plan to literally take over every system known to you, every single thing that you built, everything that you've done. And the silent war it's a masterful architected plan that has been laid out in the groundwork behind the scenes for your captivity. And Q is exposing this on a global scale, and we are, kind of, what's the word? Like selfishly wanting someone arrested.
Yeah.
And this is information that I'm interested in, you're interested in, we're all interested in. We've been digging in this stuff for decades, and now it's coming to light because it's all connected back to the fake boogeyman, the hub, the second oil reserves, who we can fight. How do we destroy the only place in the world that has enough firearms to beat off any army that attempts to land on her shores?
Right. Uh-oh.
No one else on planet Earth has that kind of freedom other than you. Even though we're in this socialist weird structure, we still have the right to defend our property by ourselves in due process and law. That is a big difference than anywhere else on the face of the earth.
That's right.
It's what's so valuable about this
So,
place.
you know what scares me about this one? Crimes against humanity. What would, obviously, oh. Hi, Q.
Obviously, we have someone that's to say
Here we
about that.
go. Okay, so what does Q have to say to us? Let's just go over here. This is the Washington Examiner. Secrets bigger than Vindman. Trump Scrubs 70. We got what we needed. There is no step 5. Thank you for playing. In fact, I was just about ready to bring that article up. This is...
Thank you for playing.
I was about ready to bring this. I was going to talk to about Vindman and 70 Scrubs. And also, Karl Marx gets a shout out during Barack Obama produced film.
Saw that too.
At the
Interesting,
Oscars.
huh?
Yeah. So Q, thank you so much for playing. There is no step 5. I love it.
There is no step 5.
I love it. Ron, thank you so much. Guys, also remember, you can, Kevin, yeah, we got the new Q. By the way, if you please help us spread this channel. We're at 37.3 thousand subscribers and holding for a long time. We are the most censored YouTube channel in the world, I believe. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but youtube.com/c/intheMatrixxx with 3 X's. Please spread us. Please share us if you can. Please give us a thumbs up. We've got 1,066 people watching. God bless you, Patriots. Thank you for coming. We got live Q posts right here. This is the newest one, 3851. We got what we needed. There is no step 5. Thank you for playing. And it goes to this article right here, folks. Let's get over there. Bigger than Vindman. Trump scrubs 70 Obama holdovers from NSC. President Trump is making good on his promise. And this is to drain the swamp and Castle clean. All right, so this is President Trump is making good on his promise to drain the swamp and cut Obama-era holdovers from his staffs, especially the critical and recently controversial National Security Council. Officials confirm that President Trump...
Yeah, they leave that out, don't they?
Yeah. Alexa just went off on me. Can you hear?
You just triggered your Alexa?
Yeah. And yes, I know Alexa listens to you, but so does Siri, so does this computer, so does YouTube, so does everything so does your car if you have one after 1995, so don't give me any crap. I unplug it at night, though. Let me see. So disclaimer. It's a disclaimer. Officials confirmed that Trump and National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien have cut 70 positions inherent to the former President Barack. See, look at former President Trump, and how about President? Finally, they got a president here. Okay, oh, it just drives me
Well, they
nuts.
didn't say it the second time.
Right. Many were loners from other agencies that have been sent back to Reddit, guys. Others left to government work.
Learn to code.
Yeah, right. Learn to code. The NSC, which is the president's personal staff, was rocked when a whistleblower leveled charges that led to Trump's BS impeachment. Right?
They were rocked.
So our president says, fake news at CNN, at MSDNC. We call it MSNPC. Keep talking about Lieutenant Colonel Vindman as though I should think only how wonderful he was. Actually, I don't know him. Never spoke to him or met him. I don't believe. But he was very insubordinate. Reported contents of my perfect calls incorrectly and was given a horrendous report by his superior. The man he reported to, who publicly stated that Vindman had problems with judgment, adhering to the chain of command and leaking information. In other words, out.
Fired.
Last week, one key official who testified against President Trump at a House hearing on the Ukraine affair that led to an impeachment was sent packing was Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman was returned to the Pentagon. His twin brother, Lieutenant Colonel Yevgeny Vindman, was this given to boot. And guess what, guys? We got more Q posts. Thank you, Q, for posting in real time. We love this when this happens. Give Q a 5-5 if you guys are having fun.
5-5.
And Q, if you could give us a 5-5. How about that? This is 210, 1325. There's 2 5s right there. What advantages might exist when you know the other side's playbook? Trap. Enjoy the show. Q. Caught them all. Thank God.
Every
Q.
one of them, because they could not keep the hand out of the cookie jar. They got all of that pardoning and all of the whitewashing from the Obama administration, and they couldn't go back to the trough. They couldn't resist going back to the trough, could they?
Nope.
They couldn't walk away whenever no one really had any evidence and everyone was set free and clear. They had to come back for more, and now pain is coming.
Love it. Love it, Q. These are awesome. We are, and you know, Q, we just want to thank you, if you're listening to the Q team, from the bottom of our hearts for, letting us know what's really happening, because it's real. People are coming back to me saying, hey, Matrixxx, Jeff, how did you know that? And I said, well, we have it all. If you read the Q, well, what's Q? And then we get into a conversation.
Yes, we do.
But it's very interesting, guys. And remember, we are the news now, but we have to handle it with very much care. It needs to be handled with care, because, and I think the way to do that is facts matter. And if it's a fact, it's a fact, whether we like it or not. And if it's an opinion or a theory, it's an opinion or a theory. So question marks and punctuation. That
one
means
thing I think we know is that there is no step 5.
No. There is no step 5. And Q, thank you very much. I mean, Q team, I can't thank you enough. It's just been an amazing ride here.
The Great Awakening has been an amazing journey, my friend, and we're seeing the fruits of the plan right now. Why was it so important to wake everybody up? Why was it so important to get everybody on the same page? Look back at us a year ago. Look back at us 2 years ago. Were we ready for this stuff? Could we have handled it 2 years ago? Would the population have absorbed it? How many people who now support President Trump would have been anti-justice whenever they didn't know what was going on?
That's right. That's
a
right.
big deal.
This is absolutely amazing. This has been amazing. Yes, JLA, we got it. We're covering all the Qs today. We've got a lot to go through. And guess what, Shady? Shady and I were talking. I think we need a little pick-me-up, too. So tonight, tune in to the Matrixxx channel, in the Matrixxx channel right here.
What are we going to do, the rally again?
We're going to do the rally again.
Boom.
What do you guys think? Should we do the rally? Give us a 45.
Let's get together for the rally tonight. Okay, if we get no 45s, we're not doing it.
All right, if there's 45s, we'll do it. If there's not, we're not doing it.
All right, I'll make that deal.
We'll take 17 as well. We'll take 17 45s.
Any 17s to 45s are counted.
Yep.
Any other number counts as a no.
All right, we got 5 5s, Cappy, no. Oh, there they are.
Go.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I guess that's what we're going to have to do.
Will you guys join us tonight for the rally? I hope so. Because what I like to do is when the POTUS talks, we'll bring the Q proofs in too as well in real time live. Okay, and New Hampshire, Shady. Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing.
Well, maybe New Hampshire will caucus for POTUS like Iowa.
Right? Like they did in Iowa. All right, so there we got that one, and then that. Oh, look at this! Look at this meme. I love it. Kimberlyn 4517. She says, "Thank you, Kimberlyn. You've been an amazing supporter. Much love to you. In fact, this broadcast does need your support. We've got the cool emojis. If you see that." We got the cool emojis, and right now we're trying to figure out how to get the scroll back to work. So we've kind of taken that out as one of the perks until we can figure it out. We're not going to give up, folks, okay? So we got the PayPal, the redpillliving.com/intheMatrixx. In fact, if you use the code Matrixx, you can get 10% off. And there's coffee up there. There's some cool stuff up there. We got the PayPal. We got the Teespring as well, where you can get shirts and stuff to support the show. So Patreon as well. Also, if you get the $10 one for, I don't want to say $9.99, but that's what it is, $9.99 YouTube join. We have a socialization Q Army Plus server in Discord if you want to come talk to us. Also, if you don't care about the emojis and whatnot, go to Patreon and just do the $10 donation, and you can unlock the reward to join us on the server at the Q Army Plus. How many people we got over there at the Q Army Plus? We got quite a few. Kimberlyn 4517.
I think we almost got 100 over there.
Yes, thank you. We got Sandy's over there. Sandy, hi. And it's been great to get over there and talk to you guys as well. So wonderful, guys. These are great
Play
names.
with Cleverbot.
Yeah. Oh, and play with Cleverbot. Now, also remember, I want to make sure that this is clearer than clear can be. There is no information behind any paywall, and there never will be ever. Okay? This is a socialization site, and we love it. Real Mentoring, thank you. We love you. Thank you so much. Now, this is big. This is our Q post from, we're going to go over 2/7/20 now, because we took a break, Shady. And this is going to be my Q post from February 7th. For I think it was Friday, February 7th. Control over the media has kept people in the dark. We are the news now, and more. Let's go.
Go. They said, "Let's go."
Oh, we're getting a little bit of attack over here. Let me
Let's
see.
go. They said, "Let's go." Charging forward. Boom,
Let's go.
Boom, boom.
So there we go. There's our let's go. I've been saying that since February of last year. Here we go. We got a new Q post. Q's going to keep us busy today. Thank you, Q. Do we get our 5-5? Let's reload. Here we go. So this is Q post on 1331-1331-210. This is it. This is Q post from 993. Where we go one, we go all. Drops will go fast. White House clean, SIG. Marker. Everything is planned. Years. Message. Unity. Awakening. Wow. We fight. Lexington. Concord. Stay together. Q. Follow Bolton. Clean. Stage. Learn how to archive offline. The streets will not be safe for them. Q. What happened to following Bolton's departure from White House? White House clean? What happened following impeachment? Nadler, Pelosi, Schiff cannot walk down the street? Imagine that. Q.
Who would have thought it?
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Oh, God, Q, that is...
Now, look right there. That goes back to April 2nd, 2018, Matrixx, right around the time we were meeting each other.
That's right.
And that's the White House clean signal marker.
Yes.
Pass clean marker. Bolton out very next. This is in the same post, April 2nd, 2018, with Bolton. Follow Bolton, clean, stage. Look at this, guys. This is 2 years ago. You're watching this now.
And let's make sure that we understand that people need to stay together and be united, folks. That's another reminder.
This is a very, very tumultuous time right now. We are seeing, we saw the van attack in Florida. We're seeing crazy stuff out here in Portland. The police are backing down from kids with cell phones and masks. It's just insane.
That's right. And
because they're being told to stand down.
It's amazing, Shady, man. It's amazing. All right, so let's go over this, guys. This is the Q Post 3838, Shady. Let's do it.
Control over the media has kept people in the dark. Control over the media has kept people at heel behind. Control over the media has kept people focused on falsehoods. Control over the media has kept people in a constant state of fear. Control over the media has divided our republic into segments: race, religion, class, political affiliation, gender, weaponized. When a citizenry is divided, they have no collective power. When a citizenry has no collective power, they can no longer control the levers that govern them. Levers of control. Illusion of democracy. Q.
Boom. That's huge. Remember, what better way to enslave a population than to having them think they're free, folks?
It's the difference between the architecture of overt control, which means you know you're under their control, and covert control, which means you think you're free when in fact you are more trapped than anyone can imagine.
That's right. That's right. It's amazing, Shady. And that's we're going to go over a little bit of that because Shady was all over this one, guys. And it's time to wake up, Q. And this goes to Benny Johnson's status. Let's go over there. And I am having got a little bit of an attack going on here, but it looks like we're okay. Standing by.
Loading procedure.
And look at this. We got 1,217 people watching right now.
Hello,
please,
Patriots.
make sure to hit that like button. And here we go. This is huge, guys. As soon as it loads. I don't know, man. I've never had this issue. I got the fastest internet we can get. All right, here, and my like was taken away. Here we go. Let's go. Let's watch this. It's 9 minutes, but let's just watch. Here we go.
At this moment, there's a bill pending in the Congress called the New Way Forward Act. It's received almost no publicity, and that's unfortunate, as well as revealing. The legislation is sponsored by 44 House Democrats, including Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's roughly 4,400 words long. That means it's almost exactly as long as the U.S. Constitution.
44.
Like the Constitution, it's designed to create a whole new country. The bill would entirely remake our immigration system with the explicit purpose of ensuring that criminals are able to move to the United States and settle here permanently with immunity. Now, you may think we're exaggerating for effect, but we're not exaggerating, not even a little bit. The New Way Forward Act is the single most radical piece of legislation we have ever seen proposed in this country, ever. It makes the Green New Deal look like the status quo. The document produced by Democrats to promote the bill says this, and we're quoting it verbatim. Convictions should not lead to deportation, end quote. Now keep in mind, we're not talking about convictions for double parking or even for DUI. The bill targets felony convictions, serious crimes that could send you to prison.
Pause this and head on over to New Q. Let's reload it. And we are going to reload, and the New Q is right here, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this. The greatest military intelligence operation of our time. 1337. Back channels are important. Attacks will only intensify. You attack those who threaten you the most. Enjoy the show. Q. Boom. Wow. All right, back to our regularly scheduled Q drop. Let me get over to Benny. Here we go. Guys, hang on. Looks like they got me. Please stand by 1 second, folks. There we go. Okay, here we go.
The most radical piece of legislation we have ever seen proposed in this country, ever. It makes the Green New Deal look like the status quo. The document produced by Democrats to promote the bill says this, and we're quoting it verbatim. Convictions should not lead to deportation, end quote. Now keep in mind, we're not talking about convictions for double parking or even for DUI. The bill targets felony convictions, serious crimes that could send you to prison for years, and should. A press release from Congressman Jesus Garcia of Illinois is explicit about this. Garcia brags that the bill will break the, quote, prison to deportation pipeline, something most of us were for. So how does the bill do that? Well, under current U.S. law, legal U.S. immigrants can be deported if they commit a, quote, aggravated felony or a crime of moral turpitude. That is a vile, depraved act like molesting children. Under the New Way Forward Act, crimes of moral turpitude are eliminated entirely as a justification for deportation. And the category of aggravated felony gets eliminated too. So what does that mean? Consider this. Under current law, immigrants who commit serious crimes, robbery to fraud to child sexual abuse, must be deported regardless of the sentences they receive. Other crimes, less severe ones like racketeering, require deportation if the perpetrator receives at least a 1-year sentence. Under this bill, there would no longer be any crime that automatically requires deportation, none. And one crime, falsifying a passport, would be made immune from deportation no matter what, because apparently 9/11 never even happened, and we no longer care about fake government documents. By the way, if you just renewed your driver's license to comply with the Real ID Act, you must feel like an idiot, because immigrants are getting a pass, you're not. Under the proposed legislation, for crimes that would still allow deportation, the required prison sentence would rise from 1 year to 5 years. We checked the Bureau of Justice statistics. According to federal data, crimes like car theft, fraud, and weapons offenses all carry average prison sentences of fewer than 5 years. And that's just looking at averages. There are people who commit rape, child abuse, even manslaughter, and get sentences with fewer than 5 years. Lots of them, actually. If the New Way Forward Act passes, immigrants who commit those crimes and receive those sentences would remain in this country. And, of course, they will be eligible for citizenship day one, too, of course. But even that is understating the law's effect. Even a 5-year prison sentence wouldn't necessarily be enough to trigger deportation. The bill would grant sweeping new powers to immigration judges, allowing them to nullify a deportation order. The only requirement for that is, quote, the immigration judge finds such an exercise of discretion appropriate in pursuant of humanitarian purposes, to assure family unity, or when it is otherwise in the public interest. Talk about open-ended. In other words, anti-American immigration judges, and there are a lot of those in this country, would have a blank check to open the borders. You would not be voting on this. It would happen anyway. Is this shocking you yet? Because we're just getting started. We read this proposed legislation. Here's another point. Current U.S. law makes drug addiction grounds for deportation because why wouldn't it? This bill would eliminate that statute. Current law also states that those who have committed drug crimes abroad or, quote, any crimes involving moral turpitude are ineligible to immigrate here. The New Way Forward Act abolishes that statute. So a Mexican drug cartel leader could be released from prison, then freely come to America immediately. And if he wants, he could come here illegally, and it still wouldn't be a crime because, and you were waiting for this part, the bill also decriminalizes illegal entry into America, even by those we've previously deported. In other words, you break our law, we send you out, you come back, you break it again, you can stay. According to a document promoting this bill, criminalizing illegal entry into America is, quote, white supremacist. That's a quote, white supremacist. Now, by this point, you're beginning to wonder, are we making this up? We're not making it up. In fact, we're barely halfway through the bill. The legislation doesn't just make it harder to deport illegal immigrants who commit crimes. It doesn't just make it easier for criminals to move here illegally, though it does both. The bill would also effectively...
Just wanted to make sure we saw that. So that's some big stuff right there. And by the way, let's see on that post here. This is April 23. We got our 5-5, guys. I really believe that we could have gotten our 5-5 because of 993. 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5. Maybe. What do you think? We asked for it. Did we get it? Q, give us a where we go one, we go all next. How about that? Let's see if we get that. Wow, Shady. Lots of coincidences happening right here. And the reason why I wanted to bring up Q's post real quick right here with the 5-5, you know, you attack those who threaten you the most. Enjoy the show. Back channels are important. He's talking about being message, you know, unity, awakening, we fight, Concord, you know, Lexington, Concord, stay together. And I want to show you what happens when people divide. Let's go look at Storm is Upon Us, 3840. He was cued. This is an amazing video. Here it comes. But I'm blocked. So this is not staying together. And I have nothing against Joe. Storm is upon us. I think his video was absolutely wonderful. I love the guy, but I'm not authorized to see his status. So this is staying together, folks, okay? This is not staying together. So just want to let you know that. So this is what the post looks like because I can't see it. It says, they tried to impeach this. Well, they failed, and now the best is yet to come. And this video, guys, if you haven't seen it, it's absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to go ahead and watch it because, you know, it's on YouTube as well. The mods will drop that link for you. But I just wanted to just share that with you, that this is not the unity that we're supposed to be having, guys. We need the unity. Okay, we got 1,303 people watching right now. Thank you very, very much. And right now, I am under major attack. But here's the full video. Here we go. This is, yeah, here we go. It's beautiful. Thank you, Storm is upon us.
America is a land of heroes. A place where greatness is born, where destinies are forged, and where legends come to life. This is the home of Thomas Edison and Teddy Roosevelt, of many great generals, including Washington, Pershing, Patton, and MacArthur. This is the home of Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, Amelia Earhart, Harriet Tubman, the Wright brothers, Neil Armstrong, and so many more. This is the country where children learn names like Wyatt Earp, Davy Crockett, and Annie Oakley. This is the place where the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth and where Texas Patriots made their last stand at the Alamo. The American nation was carved out of the vast frontier by the toughest, strongest, fiercest, and most determined men and women ever to walk on the face of the earth. Our ancestors braved the unknown, tamed the wilderness, settled the Wild West, lifted millions from poverty, disease, and hunger, vanquished tyranny and fascism, ushered the world to new heights of science and medicine, laid down the railroads, dug out the canals, raised up the skyscrapers. Our ancestors built the most exceptional republic ever to exist in all of human history, and we are making it greater than ever before. This is our glorious and magnificent inheritance. We are Americans. We are pioneers. We are the pathfinders. We settled the new world. We built the modern world. And we changed history forever by embracing the eternal truth that everyone is made equal by the hand of Almighty God. America is the place where anything can happen. America is the place where anyone can rise. And here, on this land, on this soil, on this continent, the most incredible dreams come true. This nation is our canvas, and this country is our masterpiece. We look at tomorrow and see unlimited frontiers just waiting to be explored. Our brightest discoveries are not yet known. Our most thrilling stories are not yet told. Our grandest journeys are not yet made. The American age, the American epic, the American adventure has only just begun. Our spirit is still young. The sun is still rising. God's grace is still shining. And my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come.
Wow. Joe, Storm is upon us video. Beautiful, wonderfully done. God bless you, brother. Wow, Shady.
That's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I mean, you got to take a step back. We all have to take a step back. Everything is coming into focus. You're seeing the true heart of that man speak to you. He's talking to your grandparents, your great-grandparents, the people that came over here, your immigrant families, whoever you are out there, anywhere in the world, he's talking to you and explaining to you that the reason that America was idolized 100 years ago was because of the path we were choosing. And the reason that we're demeaned on the world stage today is because of the deep state corruption that's destroyed the fabric of our solidarity and unity and our trust for one another. That had to be rebuilt. And if you cannot stand behind that message, and if you have to stand up and tear a speech after hearing something like that, it is unbelievable that that is who you are able to show in public you are. That should tell you everything you need to know, because we are exactly as he described right there. That is who I fight for each and every day, is what he described right there.
Me too. Me too. And it's where we go one, we go all, folks. And we need to stick together. There's been a lot of disinfo about people and Patriots, and people believe stuff without corroborating the evidence. This is why I think Q had dropped this, stay together, stay united. And let's go to this post right here. This is Q post 3841. Shady, I'll take this part right here with Fox News Politics, talking about the Clinton lawyer amid the Wiener laptop review. Shall we play a game? Where are they now? Reference Public Optics retired left refers to fired forced Federal Bureau investigation. James Comey, director, fired. Andrew McCabe, deputy director, fired. Jim Ribicki, chief of staff and senior counselor, fired. James Baker, general counsel, fired. Bill Priestap, director of counterintelligence, Strzok's boss, fired. You guys think that nothing's going on, right? Peter Strzok, deputy assistant director of counterintelligence, fired. Lisa Page, Office of General Counsel, fired. Mike Cortan, Assistant Director for Public Affairs, fired. Josh Campbell, Special Assistant to Comey, fired. Michael Steinbach, Head of National Security Division, fired. Joe Galcione, predecessor to Steinbach, Head of National Security Division, fired. James Turgal, Assistant Director, fired. Greg Bauer, Top Congressional Liaison, fired. Tricia Anderson, Principal Deputy General Counsel, fired. Shady.
If dirty cops ran the investigation into the DNC breach, could an argument be made that it was corrupt? If dirty cops ran the investigation into election interference, could an argument be made that it was corrupt? If dirty cops ran the investigation into HRC private server email scandal, could an argument be made that it was corrupt? Russia did not hack or generate the DNC server. Internal download release. CrowdStrike manipulation of source. Russia did not interfere with U.S. election of 2016. CrowdStrike manipulation of source. The truth will be made public. Q.
That's right. Now let's quickly cruise over to M2M Madness's Twitter account. Oh, Shady. I'm also blocked from Methods. Stay together. Where we go one, we go all. Okay, so we can't see that one. But I got it because, maybe other people are blocked too, so here we go.
Now, I want you to know clearly this has not been verified by the court, but by the outside firm that alleges to have bank account records for Burisma and Hunter Biden. They go on to identify some of the recipients of the Burisma money laundering web. And I want to show you this from page 6. Quote, Burisma Holdings Limited finances Atlantic Council, Ukraine, associated rogue operatives from the U.S. State Department, Five Eyes, and CrowdStrike in Ukraine using Privat Bank. So if CrowdStrike is in fact part of a list of payees from Burisma, then this is yet another U.S.-based link that our prosecutors could use to follow the money, just like Hunter Biden. What was CrowdStrike? Suddenly the mention of CrowdStrike isn't so laughable because it's not about the conspiracy. It's about money laundering. The media not only failed to ask the right questions, they don't want to ask any questions. But now I hope someone will.
Wow. And I do have the whole YouTube video here of this shady. We've been calling CrowdStrike out for many, many years now, it seems like. But
yes,
wow.
We have. And I'm going to drop you guys this link here to my current pinned tweet, which gives you all of the past references to CrowdStrike by Q since the beginning of the drops, and the sourced articles are linked there as well, with lots of different things to read, because this is relevant to the whole operation that had to convince the whole country that there was something going on with Russia.
That's right. Everybody, Shady, seems to think that Twitter's doing that. No, sadly, that is not the case. Twitter is not doing that.
No, it is not Twitter.
Just a quick story. Joe M has been very good to me. He said, one of the best researchers. He loved the pay source stuff. I respected him. He respected me. He asked me about the top 200 list. His whole Twitter account went down forever, according to Miss B the Plan. 4 hours later, he came back and attacked me after I told him I was on the Hillary list. So Twitter didn't do that. Okay. I don't know why. I have much respect for Storm is Upon Us. I love him. I don't have anything, against him at all. I want us to be together. I mean, where we go one, we go
all.
Right. So it's not Twitter, guys. I love how people try to make it fit, but it's not. It's people that are just division and divisiveness. But he has every right to do what he wants to do. You know what I mean? And I respect that. This is the next Q post, Shady.
Why is China and Qatar donating vast sums of money to our education institutions? Is it really so hard to believe foreign actors are able to bribe those in key positions within the U.S. to betray their country? Q.
Yeah.
And no, it is not very hard to believe.
No, it's not. And beautiful thing is in March, I actually get to go to an event where
Betsy DeVos?
Yeah, is going to be. And I've actually had dinner with her before, and I cannot wait to have dinner with her again. All right, so this is Harvard leads U.S. college that received $1 billion from China, Shady.
Harvard gets $1 billion?
Yeah.
You get $1 billion.
You get $1 billion.
You get $1 billion.
That's not bribing foreign people. Or foreign people aren't bribing U.S.,
no!
are they?
For the last time, no.
No. Right, and then this is the other
Harvard
one.
University Muslim Association.
That's right, and that was Huma. That's right, and that is also a Q post, guys. But Qatar, 1.8 billion, and the UK at 1.1 billion. The closer ties may be in jeopardy after the arrest of a Harvard chemistry professor accused of lying about his connections to China and concealing payments to him from a Chinese university. And here is the DOJ report. Harvard University professor and 2 Chinese nationals charged with 3 separate China-related cases, folks.
Yes.
Shady.
And this is just the beginning, Matrixx. This is just the beginning.
This is huge.
It's huge because you're getting ready to. This is the organic way that we learn. This is how we learn that our institutions are corrupted.
That's right.
One piece at a time, one step at a time.
That's right. Let me just make sure where we're at. Okay, we're live there. Okay, we'll do it live. All right, we're live. I'm getting a lot of stuff here. I want to also point this out. For people that can't really watch the video, maybe, there's many different ways of learning, right? People like to see and watch. People like to write down things. People like to read things. So Poussin, our mod right there, did 35 tweets for this whole Glenn Beck video, folks. And it is actually
epic effort,
really well done. And look at how slow everything is loading on me right now. So I'm going to just close that. But Poussin, go ahead and give that to everybody. Please get over there and follow at POUISSANT1 on Twitter. All right. So let's that's that thread, Shady. We're knocking them down one by one.
Yeah, this is a big day of winning, bud.
That's right. So now here we are. Are we? Yes, we're here at this one right here. This is Q post for 2/8. All right, this is QAnon post 2/8/2020. This will be my thread for all Q posts for Saturday, February 8th, 2020. Trust and believe in yourself. The silent war continues, Shady. Let's go. Wow.
They said, let's go.
Let's try it again.
Let's go. They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
Let's go. I love it. Shady, so this is the first cue. Let's go to the read it better. We can read it better a little bit here. So let's go. Let's go. All right, foreign actors. We took those articles. Jeff Gully, thank you, Matrixxx and Shady. Where we go, when we go all. Jeff, thank you so much. You've been awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
This is the YouTube. I think we're gonna play it while we kind of read this post. Let's get over there, Shady. Hang on. All right. For every item that carries the darkness of humanity, there's one that holds the light, and the light is worth believing in, not just in others, but in yourself as well. C.M. Rain. Trust and believe in yourself. The silent war continues. Q. Beautiful post, guys. This is the imagery on that post. Q has talked about the silent war, Shady. I know you, my friend, know all about the silent war. In fact, you've done a thread on it. This is basically the silent war continues. The media keeps the adult public attention diverted away from the real social issues and captivated by matters of no real importance. Schools keep the young public ignorant of real mathematics, real economics, real law, and real history. Entertainment keeps the public entertainment below a 6th grade level. Work keep the public busy with no time to think. Back on the farm with the other sheep. Silent war continues. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators. But in its own manner of functioning, it shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing instead of chemical reaction explosion, originating from bits of data instead of grains of gunpowder, from a computer instead of a gun, operated by a computer programmer instead of a marksman, under the orders of a banking magnate instead of a military general. It makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, and does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life. Yet, it makes an unmistakable noise, causes unmistakable physical and mental damage, and unmistakably interferes with all daily social life, i.e., unmistakable to a trained observer who knows what to look for. The public cannot comprehend the weapon and therefore cannot believe they are being attacked and subdued by a weapon. The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but that is because of the technical nature of the silent weapon. They cannot express their feeling in a rational way or handle a problem with intelligence. Therefore, they do not know how to cry for help and do not know how to associate with others to defend themselves against it. Sounded good on my end. Sorry guys if it sounded bad on your end. But basically, it's the silent wars, right? Just to really quick, this is the document. Shady has talked about this many, many times. And I really just want to capture this. This is it. The media keeps the adult public attention diverted away from real social issues and captivated by matters of no real importance, right? Schools kept the young public ignorant of real mathematics, real economics, real law, and real history. Entertainment kept the public entertainment below a 6th grade level. Work, keep the public busy, no time to think, back on the farm with the other sheep. That is the real story. And then reading this right here is absolutely amazing, Shady. I know you've covered this immensely. What are your thoughts on the silent wars and silent weapons for silent wars?
Well, it gives us a future-proofs past, because it points directly to the divisive, quote, Tavistock organizations that have infiltrated our media. And whenever I talk about that, a lot of people think media, they think news, and it's not just news. The Beatles, for instance, the Rolling Stones, Laurel Canyon, your music, the separation of the 60s, all of that is part of the quiet war. All of the weapons used against you, the silent weapons, are weapons of division, and all of the architecture and the blueprint of that reality is right here in front of you in this document that came from before, but was published by William Cooper in Behold a Pale Horse.
Yep.
But it gives you the understanding that they have been working on this for 100+ years with the main goal of what was supposed to happen under her if she got elected president. The final nail in the coffin to the republic here.
Yeah.
The idea that you think you are free and no longer able to defend yourself. That's the reality of what they're coming after. They're not really coming after your wealth. They've already got that. They're coming after your person. They're coming after your ability to stand up for freedom. And this is an absolute blueprint to take it apart. And this is Q pointing us to this, saying the silent war continues. Now think about it in the reverse, Matrixx. Now we are the silent war, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, Aren't we the ones that are making advances? Aren't we the ones who have just become newly on offense? Well,
when have we been on offense?
And look at this, Shady. If you read this, this paragraph right here, it shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing instead of chemical reaction explosion, originating from bits of data instead of grains of gunpowder, from a computer instead of a gun, operated by a computer programmer instead of a marksman, under the orders of a banking magnate instead of a military general. Guess who POTUS surrounds himself by? Shady, right?
Yes.
Generals. We are using what they have used on us. And Tommy Galloway says, you just illustrated perfectly by having the music so loud, information gets wiped out. Tommy Galloway, thank you for that. We're just regular guys, folks, that figured out how to do a YouTube show. And, we're not pros yet. But, all of us here collectively are the news now, guys. Make no mistake about it, Shady.
This is the time to understand that we are not in a defensive position any longer, and that's going to be really disorienting for us to find this ground underneath us, which is a advancing motion as opposed to a retreating motion. We've been in this retreating motion now for decades, and you see all of a sudden within the last 6 months even an advancing motion. Look at the jobs. Look at what's going on in the economy. Look at what's going on in manufacturing. Look at what's going on with the farmers. Look at what's going on in China. Okay, so like all of these pieces are American exceptionalism starting to spread around the world, where it had been this dilapidated structure of war and spreading violence, which America was not founded on fighting any other wars for anybody else, but how interesting we've been able to get sucked into so many. And our power in our republic is that it is being offense. It is advancing freedom. That's what we're supposed to do. And they've painted taking your freedom as advancing your freedom and gotten a whole generation to believe it, man. I mean, especially since 9/11, the millennials out there, the people who are wearing the Antifa masks and the screaming socialism, they don't have anything.
You mean the ones that Tulsi Gabbard hangs with, pictured with?
They don't have anything. Their minds, if you don't own anything, the whole idea of America was for you to have something that you owned so that you would stand up for it. If you don't own anything, if you have nothing, then you have nothing to stand up for, and your country has done, quote, nothing for you, and their perspective isn't illegitimate. Because look what we've done. We put them in debt. We sent them all to school. Now that they've been through the Democrat mind liberal ringer, they've come out the other side hating the country that they were born in, thinking that socialism is something better because what they have is nothing.
Yeah.
So thinking something might be better than what you have is an obvious division, a jump. You jump and you turn around. Think mirror. Opportunity is the only thing that's going to settle that. Jobs is the only thing that's going to settle that. Accruing wealth is the only thing that's going to settle that. Not seeing your parents struggle, that'll help settle that. Not growing up, seeing homelessness, that'll help settle it. But right now we've got a mess, brother.
Yeah,
they've worked it over, especially out here. I mean, if you drive through, even in the area that I'm in out here in Oregon, the homeless, the population, people are outside, bro.
Yeah.
People were not outside whenever I was a kid.
No. In fact, back before, Social Security
and we had nothing.
And all the welfare to take down our country, the churches used to do it, and the communities used to take care of our homeless.
But now we don't talk to each other.
No.
And now we're divided because you're this color, or you're from this race, or or from this religion, or you're this, or you think that way, and I can't. You're a Republican.
Yeah.
You like the Packers.
Yeah.
Look at how that blends right in.
Yeah, it looks like we got a bunch of Oregonians in here, Shady. Oregonians.
Up, Oregon. 5-5.
All right, let's get to the Q Post 3844, Shady. This is high fives. Let's get over there. And guys, it's pretty funny. My bandwidth is basically getting better. Let me see. Christ believer, God bless you. Real quick too, I think QD is in here. I want to make sure to just let QD know that I am praying for you, and I know everybody else will join me in prayer for you as well. So God bless you, QD. We love you. All right, so here is the high fives video, guys. Here we go.
This next segment is brought to you by the letter Q, specifically QAnon. But what is it?
It's called QAnon, a fringe conspiracy theory that some political analysts have likened to an online religion.
Based on anonymous postings on an internet message board.
More people don't trust the mainstream information coming in more than ever. And it's gotten to the point, it's snowballing.
The theory started less than a year after President Trump was elected, but as we've learned in our reporting, this is actually becoming a political movement, not just online.
Are you holding a big red, white, and blue Q? Why do you have that?
It's a movement, man. It's the shift. I can feel it coming. Some call it the Great Awakening.
You're wearing a shirt that says Q, WWG, 1WGA. What does that mean?
It means where we go one, we go all.
All.
QAnon is the people that believe in what Trump's trying to do to change our country.
But for many supporters,
where we go one, we go all.
Q is simply a means to the truth.
Morgan, this seems like it's kind of spreading in ways that you wouldn't expect.
It's spreading and it's growing, Mika.
But they are part of a group online
where there's an army. They're called Anons, QAnons. They're anonymous, but they're all on the same track, looking for the truth, digging, making YouTube channels. Boom, there's all these YouTube, and they're all popping up. They're becoming the new news, the real news.
It is alleged that reports and stories were planted in the media, other reports were altered or pulled on the instruction of the CIA, and that many newspapers and TV stations had CIA agents embedded within them.
This would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country.
And that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do. I think it's a disgrace. That information that was false and fake and never happened got released to the public.
Boom.
You are the news now?
You are the news now, guys. Love it. Love
freedom.
it.
Freedom has no alternative.
Right. Truth has no agenda.
That's right. They're synonymous. They exist only together.
That's right. But a lot of people do have agendas.
Yes, they do.
I don't. Shady doesn't. We're just all. Oh, and then look. This is. Oh, I had to. This is the let's go. And then POTUS tweeted this an hour after I made this little video.
A woman who became a star. We have a couple of women that became stars, you two. And I always liked the name of her, I liked the name, Lesko. I liked it. That's how I picked it. I liked the name. I saw that face. I saw that everything. They gave me cards. She had like 7 opponents, right?
You see how he did the 1 and the 7? Watch this, ready?
She had like 7.
Ready, watch.
That's how I picked it. I liked the name. I saw that
1,
face. I saw that everything. They gave me cards.
And
she
then
had
7.
Like 7 opponents, right? And you have no idea how much the public appreciates how smart, how sharp you are. This I can't tell. I can't tell. They just said, she's really good. She's really talented. I said, let's go. We worked with her. She won her race. Tough race. It's no longer tough because what she does out there is incredible. Arizona loves her. But you were so incredible representing, I don't say me, representing our country and getting it out of this impeachment hoax. What you did was incredible. So Debbie, please stand up. Debbie, let's go.
Boom. Love it. Loved it. That was awesome. And then before that, he called Jim Jordan a warrior. There's a lot of Q-isms in here. Also the boom, boom, boom. Just amazing. Thank God for this president, Donald J. Trump, guys. I'm telling you right now. Also here,
it gets more real every day, doesn't it?
It does. Let's go.
Wow.
I like that name. Let's go. Let's go. And then he said, boom, 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 after he said, we charge forward, fight, 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 and fight we do every day, right after I say boom, boom, boom. I don't know if this is what it means, guys, but I just love it anyways. Does that make sense? I love it. It could be just a coincidence, and I get that. Sunday yesterday was National Pizza Day, and Q had posted this on February 8th at 1:16 p.m. During and after the search of a residence, and after being advised of his Miranda rights, defendant Salamak admitted to law enforcement officers, among other things, in substance and in part, that 1, he placed the advertisement reference in paragraph 2 above and that the cheese pizza was a reference to child pornography. 2, he engaged in the communications with the UC reference in paragraph 3 above. 3, he has knowingly received emails containing child pornography. And 4, he has knowingly communicated with various individuals online regarding child pornography and pedophilia, guys.
This is huge because what was the before Q? What was the most attacked conspiracy?
Pizzagate.
Yes, sir. Wonder and just for reference, who were the ones doing the debunking and attacking?
Oh my God! Look what Just Listening just sent. Mirror Salamak, Kamala. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
Just Listening. Thanks for just typing. That was amazing.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Salamak is Kamala's. All right, so
backwards.
Also, Shady, look at the timestamp on this. It was Thursday, October 19th, 2017. And this is the New Jersey corrections officer charged with the receipt of child pornography. Now, why is Q leading us to a corrections officer? October 19th, 2017. And this is just... Could he have been at the, where Epstein didn't kill himself? Question?
There's lots of circles within the circles.
Uh-huh.
And pointing us back to understanding that this is their comms.
Yeah.
That we got in the WikiLeaks drops that everyone wanted to debunk and pretend like weren't real.
That's right. And
it is real.
It's interesting. INF John says that the gematria in the file names. I was just talking about that this weekend. Maybe there's something there as well. Here's a meme that at Where We Go One We Go All did on Twitter. Just at Where We Go What WWG1WGA did that meme. I love it. Also, guys, if you kind of zoom on the face of this gentleman, he pointed out that it looks awfully like General Flynn. And I'm like, well, it kind of does.
Yeah, it does.
And as you know, General Flynn was born on December 24th, and he was named after the Archangel Michael. Here's Archangel. This is my Twitter. Happy birthday to General Flynn, named after the Archangel Michael, born on Christmas Eve. Happy birthday, sir. So interdasting to say the least. Okay. So we go to that one. Oops, where am I at here? Oops, I think I got it. I tell you. We'll do it live, Shady.
You got it.
All right, is this the one? Yeah, this is it. Okay, so is this it? Am I in the wrong? Yeah, there we are. There we go. So happy birthday. And then this one, Shady, an informed public. This is our Carly, guys. Carluska P. Carly Bonet, right here on her Twitter. An informed public threatens those in power. Q, let's go over to Carly right now. That's our Carly. Everybody give Carly a thumbs up or just give her some love. Here we go. As soon as this... Okay, here we go.
Last year, I received an invitation to an event that promised to be, quote, an occasion for exclusive deal-making. It said, quote, the opportunities for mutually beneficial economic development between China and our individual states are tremendous, end of quote. Deal-making sounds like it might have come from President Trump, but the invitation was actually from a former governor. I was being invited to the U.S.-China Governors Collaboration Summit. It was an event co-hosted by the National Governors Association and something called the Chinese People's Association for Friendship and Foreign Countries. Sounds pretty harmless. What the invitation did not say is that the group I just mentioned, is the public face of the Chinese Communist Party's official foreign influence agency, the United Front Work Department. Now, I was lucky. I was familiar with that organization from my time as the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, but it got me thinking, how many of you made the link between that group and Chinese Communist Party officials? What if you made a new friend while you were at that event? What if your new friend asked you for introductions to other politically connected and powerful people? What if your new friend offered to invest big money in your state, perhaps in your pension, in industries sensitive to our national security? These aren't hypotheticals. These scenarios are all too true, and they impact American foreign policy significantly. Indeed, last year, a Chinese government-backed think tank in Beijing produced a report that assessed all 50 of America's governors on their attitudes towards China. They labeled each of you friendly, hardline, or ambiguous. I'll let you decide where you think you belong. Someone in China already has. Many of you, indeed, in that report are referenced by name.
Wow.
So here's the lesson. The lesson is that competition with China is not just a federal issue. It's why I wanted to be here today, Governor.
Wow.
Can I say something to that?
Yes, sir.
You know what he's saying there?
There is no step 5.
He's saying there's no step 5. That was direct commentary to the governors of all 50 states, and he said, "Hey, we know how they classified you. We know who was going to be agreeable and who was ambiguous to them. We know who you met at that event. We know who they asked you to talk to, and we will let you decide if you did the right thing or not. But we know what you did." That was a direct threat to show them that maybe a few of you might want to post up your resignation letter soon.
Yep. Look at that.
You know, because man, I mean, we know what they were doing, man, and China is not messing around. We just saw $1 billion to Harvard.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's one random news story. You're not seeing how many millions to every other university. You're just seeing the $1 billion to Harvard.
Right. Oh my gosh, I can't even see my. There it is. There I am. Carly sent me. Carly Q sent me. Isn't that awesome?
Carly got queued again, by the way. Because she's the news now.
I mean, she is relentless. She is up day and night. I mean, bring in the source, bring in the sauce. God bless you, Carly. I love you so much. What was funny too is somebody said, I don't know if it's not, I can't see it here anymore, but Q sent me. Oh, look at that. I love that. That's Trinity. Woohoo. Somebody said, how do you get here so fast? I just do, guys. It's funny. It's not even in here. Anyways, beautiful memes, guys. Carly Bonet, beautiful work. Love you guys. Love what you do. And remember, Carly Bonet does have a Patreon and a PayPal. Please, if you can, support her.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. This is Julian's Rum confirming Carluska Peas with Beer at the Parade. Beer at the Parade got queued as well. Congratulations, sir. And this is confirmed by Q. So this is actually confirmed. And Julian's Rum says, now, I was lucky. I was familiar with that organization from my time as the director of the C_A, guys. And Julian's Rum, excuse me, this was Julian's Rum. I said Beer at the Parade. I'm sorry. Julian's Rum. I just saw a wine glass there. I thought that was beer. But this is Julian's Rum. My bad. Congratulations, sir. Julian's Rum. Much well deserved. And then he posts White House position, rapid changes. Why? Planned. Visibility in one helps another. Connected. C_A to Secretary of State, North Korea, Iran, Russia, China, Mexico, ... Why is this relevant and shady? I think we see the relevancy right here, don't we?
I think we do.
1,404 people are watching right now. We've got 696 thumbs up. If you could take the time to quickly just go over there and hit that blue thumb up button. Thank you very much. Share. Sharing is caring. We love you. And by the way, I want to stop and just thank the awesome mods right now. They are amazing. They help us every day. It wouldn't make this chat. If you're not watching the live chat and only watching the video, if you open up the live chat, the stuff that we're talking about, the links are being dropped by our mods. It's Shady's brainchild, and I think it's one of the best things and one of the reasons why I think we got the best mods right here on YouTube, Shady.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons why we're so effective with moving information quickly.
Yes.
Because it's harder to just see a link. I mean, like the idea is we're saucing this information as we go along so that you can go, read it yourself, and make your own determination.
Yep. Andy Social, shout out to the mods. We love our mods, says Karen. Sue, much love to you, Sue. You guys are amazing. Thank you, mods, says Stacy Gomez says that. Crafted says the best mods.
We know they're great because we forced them to listen to Adam Schiff for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you guys. And you still love us.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah. So Ubiquitous Q says JT. There's Jackie right there. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Best mods anywhere, says Jeff Gully. Q Murdoch says, when the swamp is drained, there will be 2 frogs left. Right? So we go on to the next one. This is Julian's Rum confirmed. We did that one. Now we're going to go over to Sullinger Cheryl status. The bottom half was instructed 99% good. The first will send a shockwave Q. Let's go check it out. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Where we go, one we go, some. My bad. Let's see if I archived it. Nope. I didn't archive that. So we can't watch that one right now. Unless I get log out or something. Well, so there you have it, guys. Methods, I love you, brother. I don't know why I'm blocked, but hopefully we can, where we go, one we go all at some point. Also, I wanted to point out, too, that there was a POTUS tweet and a Q post, Shady, from the confirmed. It was a 5-second delta. However, it was 8:57:04 to 8:56:59. Looks like they were darn close to that 0.00, Shady.
Man, it seems like they're trying to get it to where they can pin the second, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
It's amazing. Let me see if I can get
considering just 2 devices getting up and posted, even if hit at the very same moment to come up within 5 seconds is pretty, that's a pretty good accomplishment there.
Right, it is. I never got the hang on, cancel. Oh. Yeah, let me just see if I can get this onto the, I'm just trying to figure out how to get this video here real quick, guys. Let me see if I can go to my Windows capture here and find this actual window that I have open. I don't think I can see. Incognito windows? Yeah. Can you guys... Nope, that's not it. I wanted the incognito. There it is. Can you see that? Here we go.
Whistleblower. Does he have We're not going to live in a world where, as a Republican, you get investigated from the day you get sworn in. 3 years later, they're still coming after you. Here's what amazes me. The Russian investigation, what happened? Half the people behind the Russian investigation are going to go to jail, and Trump was cleared.
Hopefully.
Well, just hang tight. Okay. They come after Trump on Ukraine, and Biden blows up. So every time they throw a rock at Trump, they get hit. So here's what we should look at. Why did the State Department not act when they were told about the conflict of interest with Hunter Biden regarding the Ukraine, right?
Right.
Who is the whistleblower? Does he have contacts on Schiff's staff? Did Colonel Vindeman leak information to the whistleblower?
Right.
And as to the FISA warrant, how could you sign the warrant 4 times and not know the whole thing was off the rails? That's where I come in.
Okay, so you're going to do something, because even the head of the FISA court said it was wrong. It was not predicated on probable cause. You know the whole thing. So you're going to do something. You want to tell us what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to give a list of witnesses to the Department of Justice that I want to call. It's going to be the case agent. I want to find out how this thing got so screwed up. Why didn't they tell about the Russian source who said, you know, the dossier is not reliable.
That's
How could it be possible that it never goes up to the top? I don't believe. I want to know what Obama knew about this investigation.
Boom.
I want to call Rosenstein, Sally Yates, Comey and McCabe, and all the people who worked on this case to find out how it got so off the rails and make sure it never happens again. And I want to know who in the White House knew about this counterintelligence investigation against the Republican nominee.
Well, you and I both.
Wow, guys. Huge.
Beyond huge.
Beyond huge. Wow. Amazing.
I mean, that's saying Senate committee hearings in front of God and everybody, just like they did.
Yep. And it sounded like he said arrests, too, in there, didn't he?
He definitely said that arrests were coming. He was like, just wait.
Oops. Sorry about that, guys.
And he also said half of the people investigating the Russia hoax.
Yep, 50%. So here it comes, everyone. Death Blossom. You're the boomerang, folks. Love
You're the
it.
news now.
We are the news now. You are the news now, folks. You guys are amazing. Look, there's people in there talking about other people and other patriots. We have nothing bad to say about anybody because we're all working together to fight, and fight. We will, Shady.
That's right.
We just know who
forward.
we've been attacked from, and we message received from said attackers, and that's really it, guys. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
All right.
They're not ashamed to do it, so I'm not ashamed to point out that that's what they're doing.
It's one thing to defend yourself than it is to attack folks. I see, Red Pill 7. And I see Red Pill 78. I have nothing against him, but he ran with a fake wrap-up smear story on me. So, obviously he had something against me. And I've got email trying to say, hey, you want to talk about some real stuff? And he talks to me like I'm a 2-year-old. And I will defend myself against that. I am not a 2-year-old, guys. He attacked me out of an attack server, citing fake news, and that's what he did to me, guys, and Shady. It was a wrap-up smear, straw man argument, ridiculous, NPR reporting. So there. Sauceless, exactly.
And he worked with Neon, just to say it.
Yep, Neon Revolt, Crop Duster, all those. Yes, dopamine. Damn, dude. They don't want us to be part of the news. They want themselves. The Patriot Power Hour, all those guys. They don't talk about me or Shady or our show. We're left out. Why is that? I used to go on their shows. All right, so here's our thread. QAnon posts 2920. Q alert. And this is my thread for all Q posts for Sunday, February 9th, 2020. Justice and more. Let's go, Shady. I love that. Let's play this again. Look at this.
Go. Let's go.
Why did it do that?
They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom,
Your bandwidth.
Yeah. Let's go. Boom, 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 guys. So anyways, I did learn the comms, and then the game gets real. And we've been learning some stuff. In fact, Justice Q was the only post on 2/9 yesterday, February 9th, my grandfather's birthday. God rest his soul. Thank you. Justice Q. And it was also a marker from about 2 years ago. The marker was right here, 309, December 9th, 2017, Justice Q. So we got justice on its way. But I thought this was interesting. Because we're getting attacked by so many on the Gematria stuff and the Serial Brain 2, make sure the mods are going to drop in Dark to Light, LK Dark to Light's YouTube channel. He's got another Series 3, Part 3 coming real soon. I think he's finishing up the what do you call it? The voiceover. Get over there. But we basically are, and I think Pseudonym hopefully will drop that for us. We're looking at Gematria. So what you do is you say drain the swamp, and you put that in GEMATRIX.org. Your birthday's almost here. Shut up! Oh, UK Patriot, you're not supposed to tell anybody. I'm getting old, Shady. I'm getting really old out here. Oh, UK Patriot, I love you, man. Oh, but no, shh, quiet. No. No more birthdays for me. I'm holding 39 and holding. All right, so here we go. So this is, look, guys, I don't want this to become a division fest. Folks, please, I look at everybody's info because I make my own decisions and discernment, and that's what you guys have to do too. I'm here not to tell you who to follow, who not to follow, blah, blah, blah. But, so drain the swamp actually means justice for all in Gematria. So you put all the capital letters, and if it doesn't talk about God, you use the English ordinal Gematria. And so we've been doing some tests, Shady, me and the team. And I did this test, and I'm like, wow, justice for all, drain the swamp. That's what that means in Gematria. And if it has something about God, they say to use the Jewish Gematria. So we did that, and then literally, there it is, drain the swamp, justice for all. That's how we got it. And queued up is in here. Maybe he's one that kind of taught me about it, because I never really understood it until Shady and I started getting attacked for dropping LK Dark Delights. But the timestamp on this was interesting too, because Q posted it exactly 50 minutes after I posted it at 3:33 or something like that. 15:33, and Q posted it 50 minutes later or something like that. I can't remember, but just interesting. But I'm not sure if that's what that means, but it's funny that some of these things talk to you, in the Gematria. So I'm just learning. If you guys want to learn too, the mods out here will be happy to help you. But I've done a few tests, and it's very, very amazing, guys. Tracy Hogan, think for yourself. Use logic, not emotion. Boom. Very well said. Very, very well said. All right. So then Shady and I were kind of digging on Operation. There's Archangel. So what is Archangel? And Poussin and I kind of came up with this at the same time. I think it was on the Chans as well at the same time. There's an Operation Archangel in L.A. And this operation basically identifies and protects critical infrastructure and key resources in the L.A. metropolitan area. And its purpose is to likely defend likely targets against catastrophic terrorist attacks. Archangel is based upon the guiding principle that the local member agencies are most knowledgeable about in their own critical assets. It was born out of the need to engender interagency departmental cooperation and coordination. Isn't this kind of interesting, Shady?
Yes, it is.
Right? Huh. So, so the LAPD has an Operation Archangel. The mods will drop the link. Also, I thought it was interesting because Archangel is also the troops. In 1918, the troops landed at Archangel. On September 4th, Shady, 1918, the United States troops landed at Archangel in northern Russia. The landing was part of an Allied intervention, civil war raging in that country after the revolution in 1917, led to the abdication or the dissolution of Tsar Nicholas II in favor of a provisional government. The seizure of power by Vladimir Lenin and his radical socialist Bolshevik party, and finally Russia's withdrawal from the participation alongside the Allies in World War I. And by the spring of 1918, after the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, that ended Russia's war effort against the Central Powers. Interesting, right? And before I know Shady's chomping at the bit right now, but look at what's happening in Russia today. Shady, Russia's government resigns as Vladimir Putin plans a future. Russia's government has resigned hours after Putin proposed sweeping constitutional changes that could prolong his stay in power. That's what they're saying it is, but maybe it's to clean their government too, guys. Shady, do you have any on this little dig here that we did?
I do. I would like to make a couple little connections. One, the Bolshevik Revolution and the takeover of Russia is connected to your American Revolution. The reason that that operation was put forth and they were annihilated there was because they supported America's Revolutionary War. And this was globalist payback for that support. They went against the globalists. They helped America become America. Then in 1916, 1917, the Bolshevik Revolution occurred. They slaughtered the whole monarchy there. Lenin took over, and they have, then they went, 65, 70 years on a boogeyman adventure in the worldwide clown stage, the theater of war. So with what we're seeing today connects back to that time. And, what we're seeing with Putin there, you could read that a couple different ways, but I see a little bit of what you see in that Matrix, in the idea that they want control back there as well. Remember, we saw earlier in the Q post talking about Russia cooperates with China, cooperates with Iran. That doesn't mean the leaders.
Right.
It means the deep state in that country that has a similar deep state as you were sitting here, we look there, we see the leader. Understand, they're sitting there, they look at George W. Bush. Was he a leader?
No,
not really.
No, he's a puppet.
Obama's a puppet. You see Trump? Oh my goodness, that looks completely different. Why? Because he's a leader. You're seeing Putin kind of do some of the similar stuff. Like I said, I don't want to say anything about speculation about that. That's exactly what this is. But there's a lot of correlations, and one of the mods was showing us earlier the 1917 on the
post
menu. Yeah, the menu for the Oscars last night.
Yeah.
So there was a 1917 link there too.
Hang on, Shady. One second.
What are shovels used for?
Digging.
All right, and now this is 1917 brought us to this post, Shady. And what does it say?
It says, "What are shovels used for?"
What are shovels used for?
Digging.
There you go, guys. So that's what shovels are used for. But that's interesting, right? Also, looks like, Shady, you were telling me that there was a lot of chatter on the Patriots last night. IET was talking about it here at the parade. A bunch of beautiful Anons and Patriots were talking about it, Shady, right?
Yeah, there were some people that were throwing up the question again of what is P, and I think they were getting frustrated with people saying that it's Pope, and he was making the comment that I love that when people say, is P the Pope? I know immediately they haven't read the Q post.
Right. I mean, because it says there, P, hey, Q, does P equal Pope? And he spells out Pope, right? Very, very interesting. So if you haven't checked that dig out, we did that dig. And look at 1970, Q post 1970. Hey, Q, does P equal Paysur? When do we start seeing the pain? Where we go, when we go, MAGA. There it is.
And this points back to the same era in time we were just talking about. World War I, the Trading with the Enemy Act, the taking of your gold, the Federal Reserve, all of that stuff enslaves you today. I know people want to think, oh, it was so long ago, it has nothing to do with anything. This has to do with trusts and contracts.
Yes.
And the control of those trusts and contracts, the instrument, the person who is holder in due course of the said quote contract of the Paysor Trust is not America. It is the United States body politic. It is a said corporation that is like an octopi parasite stuck over your republic, calling itself a democracy out of every dog whistle that it can find.
That's right. And we've got the trust the plan thread too. So we briefly touch on the trusts here. And I want to just read this post 1997. Anon says, P equals Pope. Pope, all spelled out in kill box, will be having a terrible May. Those that backed him will be pushed into the light. Dark to light. Truth. Q. Those that backed him, the Paysors, via the Rothschild French banking, bought the Vatican for $400 million in the 1870s, guys. Okay?
Yes. Right around the same time that Lincoln was rewriting your Constitution and taking out the 13th Amendment that said no lawyers shall hold an office of electability.
That's right.
How many lawyers are elected today? How many lawyers are judges?
And here's your trust, guys. It used to be called
the Constitution
Virginia
not want lawyers to be judges?
Because they're British accreditation registry, Shady. Bar. Most lawyers don't even know what the bar stands for.
You mean they don't know that whenever they swear, whenever they take their oath for the bar, they're disavowing their oath to America and swear allegiance to a foreign government?
That's right.
Oh.
They don't know that they're, pledging allegiance to that, right? Here it is. Did you guys know that the Charleston, Cincinnati, and Chicago Railroad is the parent company for the Federal Reserve? Huh. Maybe P does equal Paysor.
Because that was all the assets of every railroad in the Western Union, which is now like AT&T?
Yes, Shady.
And CNN, and all of a sudden Adam Schiff can get the phone records of Devin Nunes and other members of Congress from AT&T?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Shady.
You don't say.
Shaved the best for last. Right? Here's the Paysor, the Peugeot, which was probably P-E-U, how they spell it in French, Peugeot, like the car committee. But this is the real money trust. They found it. They found it, guys. It's in congressional records. Just FYI. This is 1913, Shady. Were we not talking about that? Here's the congressional record. Guys, take time to read the posts. It's amazing. We found some amazing stuff. And then, this is Q's gavel. Guys, this is the Trust the Plan thread. So this is Q's gavel. That looks familiar, right? Well, interestingly enough, the first time it was used is May 11, 2009, talking about antitrust. Huh! So if these railroad companies and families or whatever, right, own everything, would that be antitrust?
I think it would.
Huh.
I think that would be a monopoly.
Yeah. So Q's gavel, the first time it was ever posted on the internet, restoring trust and antitrust enforcement. Huh.
Time to break up the trust?
Maybe.
Is Google in that trust?
Oh, yeah.
What about DARPA?
Mm-hmm.
Facebook?
Everything.
Amazon?
Tobacco. U.S. Steel. Rubber. General Electric. Here it is. Look at the railroads. Look at this. These are your trusts. These were called trusts.
You know what's interesting, too? You want to look at this chart and all this stuff that was going on back then. Tobacco was used as a method to harm you. They took tobacco over. They now put chemicals in tobacco. It is not just tobacco, so that it will cause cancer.
Shady.
They were poisoning us from the beginning.
What family is in the tobacco industry?
Reynolds.
What is the CEO's last name of Loop Capital?
Reynolds.
Oh. Maybe you guys ought to start listening to us every now and again.
That in Springfield?
Right? Right? I mean, here, these are all trustees. They're trustees. So basically, to put it simply, Rockefeller, who we thought owned Standard Oil, was just a trustee for the Paysors.
Somebody that used somebody else's money to do something and only got a little percentage of it.
Here's the founder and executive officer of Loop Capital. It's Mr. Reynolds. He currently oversees all aspects of Loop Capital, including investment banking, brokerage, and financial advisory service. Mr. Reynolds has worked in the financial services industry for more than 27 years. Earlier in his career, Mr. Reynolds established and headed the Midwest Municipal Bond Sales Desk at Payne Weber. I mean, remember, he was appointed basically... there's your Chicago connection, guys. Obama, Chicago. Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year.
Lincoln.
Yes, sir. So,
Illinois.
Here's the bloodlines of the Illuminati that is on the CIA website. The Reynolds are a very elite Illuminati family, guys. And they're not one of the 13 primaries, but such a prominent Illuminati family within the 13 bloodlines, I've decided to single them out as another article of the Illuminati bloodlines. Although the Reynolds are all allied with many of the major satanic bloodlines, including the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Graces, the Greys, and especially close to the intertwined to the Duke and Cullman families. One of Duke Reynolds' joint project ventures is Research Triangle Foundation. And we've got Research Triangle Park in North Carolina, Pacers. Oh, wow. Starting to all come together now, isn't it? So the Dukes and the Reynolds were among the top 13 Western families. Place another has shown the Reynolds of the Illuminati variety have all with other major satanic bloodlines. The elite birds of a feather flock together. So just very interesting. Some of the Reynolds family have written occult books. I don't know all the people mentioned in the section that are related, but all of these may release to the satanic Reynolds bloodline. And Loop Capital, Shady, he always talks about talks about Loop Capital.
Little refresher course to point back to our history. And, we were talking about 1917, and we're talking about the Bolshevik Revolution. We're talking about World War I, talking about the beginning of the Federal Reserve, the Depression that happened in the late 20s was engineered in the mid-19-teens. That violence was perpetrated on you. That was violence to steal your wealth. That was an attempt to divide you to the point where your republic would destroy itself. They understand that they cannot attack us from foreign soils, but they also think that if they were able to get us to give stuff up from the inside out, then they could control the levers of government. That's where they are right now, at the helms of the levers of government. That's why we needed Q. That's why we needed POTUS, because this web unravels all the way back into the early 19th century.
That's right. And they even had acts to save themselves, guys. And they knew it back then. We knew it. They knew it. And now you guys know it. So, guys, take some time to actually check it out. And this is this is Shady's birthday, December 21st. And this is the executive order blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. So, interesting stuff, guys. Just wanted to bring that up since there was some Anon chatter last night. So you've got the Trust the Plan thread, and you've got the Paysor thread as well, guys. So just, add to it. It's not done. Nothing is ever done, guys. And show me where I could improve. Show me, bring your digs together, guys. It's very amazing stuff. So I thought that was interesting, Shady. How about that? How all that came together last night as well.
And I think it's going to be more relevant even more relevant soon.
Because we got some big shovels, Shady.
Yeah, what are shovels used for?
Digging. Well, that's a heck of a day, brother.
Wow, guys. We had some real time Q posts, folks. Let's go back to the original Q posts. Back channels are important. Attacks will only intensify. You attack those who threaten you the most. Enjoy the show. Gosh, my Twitter account has been attacked an awful lot, folks, by a lot of people. In fact, I think War Drummer's doing it now. Very interesting. Am I threatened? Do I threaten him, Shady? Why?
I don't know. I really kind of, I don't have enough time to pay attention to that guy.
I know, me either. But I really loved his Serial Brain decodes, and we knows Serial Brain decodes. And if you're looking for the new Serial Brain decoder, if you're into the decodes and the Serial Brain, it's LK Dark to Light, folks. So please check him out if you get a chance. And wow, we've got some amazing Q posts, Shady. I think that's it. Did we get this done in under 4 hours?
Are we coming back soon?
I think we're coming back, Shady. There is an amazing rally tonight that will be streamed live right here on this same Bat channel.
Help us preempt the New Hampshire primaries.
That's right. We're going to do it. So you guys, Jeff Gully, love you. Never listen. That's okay. This is not a division tactic. Just real quick, I want to put this out. I got invited to go on the War Drummer show, and we did the Paysor thing. There were 16,000 people in live streams listening to that decode. That video had over 350,000 views. So that's why I love War Drummer, and I always will love him and will pray for him as well. I have nothing bad to say about anybody except you, Shady.
What would I do?
Nothing.
I was digging.
Nothing.
Boom.
You guys, thank you very much. And we will be back tonight. What time? 8 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock. We'll get the stream ready. We'll figure out the exact time. Be here, or be not here, but be here. Be here. Will you guys be here? Press 45 if you guys are going to be here, and we're going to go out with this.
Boom. Thanks, guys.
Wow. Bandwidth. Thank you guys very much for coming. Shady Groove with 3 O's on Twitter. intheMatrixx, 3 X's on Twitter. To everybody out there, much love. Joam Storm is upon us. Wonderful video. Methods, great job. And we know LK Dark to Light. Much love to all you guys. United, not divided. Peace.